put a chip in the clone's head, and they can implant sound, like visualizations, better than computer graphics and everything.
Right.
Your own brain will extrapolate the missing pieces of these scenarios and stuff. They make people think that they're secret agents and they're on a mission, all kinds of stuff. They run people around.
The reptilians are no secret. I mean, a lot of people shapeshift into reptiles. You say that it's not shapeshifting, but I've seen this.
Well, the thing, MK Ultra is done by them totally. Now you need a clone of someone to be able to manipulate them with MK Ultra. People don't know that, and people, they know that there's reptilians, but they don't know the skinny on reptilians. They don't know about the proboscis that sticks in your eye and stuff, and the Eye of Horus symbol with the Egyptians and stuff, with the squiggly sticking in the eye and everything. They don't know what that's all about. And the Illuminati symbol with the eye on the pyramid, that's all about lizards and stuff. And they don't know that either. Like, I've looked, because I've looked for people that knew anything else about lizards, and like the closest thing is David Icke saying that they're multidimensional, but that's just what they tell people when they're at the cloning center. They say they're at the fifth dimension and stuff. Anyway, what they do with you, it doesn't take much to get a clone of you, and they can keep your memory repressed about certain things and allow you to remember certain other things. Now what they can do, they bring you there, and they put a chip into the clone's head, and they can make you see stuff. Like, they made Princess Di see them shape-shifting into lizards, too. Like, I've seen people morph into, like, 8 or 9 feet tall people when they're really just 6 feet tall. And when you're sitting there watching them at the cloning station, you don't see anything, but they see what they're seeing. Like, it gets sent right through the chip into their head. They can do it with sound too, make you hear stuff. But yeah, like the morphing thing, I can tell you, you can put your mind to rest. That does not happen. It's just not possible.
Well, I've seen it. I know that I'm not an MK Ultra person. I'm not a clone.
MK Ultra people don't know that they're MK Ultra people. Like, they think it's real too. Like, they have a dream where they're in a familiar place, like their apartment, and they see a scenescape and everything, but it's not even real. They're at a room at the cloning station on drugs, and they don't even know it. And they can give you a certain drug that'll simulate the feeling of being in a dream too. So they can make you fuzzy, so you think you're in a dream, and they come in and pull a porno on you. They record it and everything. They videotape all kinds of stuff out there.
Well, you know, he could be recuperating from an MK Ultra mind control experiment, but according to you, Don and Marshall, they don't do those anymore. Is that correct?
No, I guess they still do to control people. But you don't know everything that MK does. There's other applications, man. Like, there's a video audio thing that goes along with it. It's called mind voice. Some people call it artificial telepathy. I heard about this when I was a kid, and I was like, that's not possible to do. You see, I'll tell you about it, and you're lucky to know, just because no one's going to tell you. Like, you can read about it on the net. They disclosed it, and people are like, oh, yeah, sure, they have this, right? People think they have to put suction cups all over the head. No. When you're a clone there, though, they can just put a chip right in your head and in the clone's head and read it like that. Listen, I'll tell you what the artificial telepathy does. Most people think in their own head, formulate things in their own voice in their head. They think to themselves, oh, man, I'm hungry. I could go to the fridge and make a sandwich right now. And they think that sound in their own head. A lot of people do. Most people do. Now, they have a technology which allows them to eavesdrop and listen in on that. It's a deviation from MK, right? And then there's the control MK stuff with the trigger words and stuff. That's a different, like, spin-off side of it. It has different applications. Now, listen, once you train with this, you can sit in front of a speaker that's dedicated to your own mind voice, all right? Now, you can think in your own head a sound, anything. Listen. Think in your own head. There was no sound. Nobody heard anything, but you put that in your own head. You can make that sound come out of the friggin' speaker because the NSA can eavesdrop in on you that hard. It's not just cell phones, man. It's terrible. You can't even think. Like, and then there's visuals. The visual thing is harder to explain, but the audio thing is just that. You can sit in front of a speaker and play your own thoughts to yourself. Now, what they had me doing, how you said, how do you use MK to help you make songs? Well, I'll tell you. If I was going to tell you, but then you started getting mean, you know. Anyway, you think of a sound. Yes, you have a guitar player. I don't know how to play guitar. Like, I know chords and stuff, but cut no riffs right, with a guitar. If you have a guy stand in front of you at the cloning center, play the guitar, right? You can replay that sound in your own head, in your memory of what that guitar just sounded like. And it comes out of the speaker again. And then you can twist it and augment it, change it, add to it. Then you can add a drum line in the background. You can do this with the aid of this chip in your head as a clone.
MK Ultra, you need a clone of the person to use MK Ultra on someone. Like, really quickly, I'll tell you basically an example of MK Ultra on a person, okay? They get a woman, a beautiful woman. This guy wants this woman, but he's not as good looking as what she usually goes out with. So they clone the woman, and this kid is a rich man's kid. They clone the woman to the cloning station, put her in the center of the dirt ring. This is hockey boards with dirt in the middle, and surround her by a bunch of black girls. It turns out this is her biggest fear, getting beat up by a bunch of black people, a bunch of black girls. So the black girls will push her around. Girl, we're going to beat you up, and she's drugged, and anyway, the guy will come out after a little while. She'll be all scared. Guy will come out and say, hey, leave her alone. And he's a clone too. And he'll walk her clone out of the situation. They'll put this girl, when she sleeps, into different situations where she's in a life or death situation and have this guy save her. Anyway, they've never met. Now, in real life, they can do this 16 different times and just corny, straight-out nerdy scenarios, they call them, scenarios. Next time that girl sees that guy in real life, from the visual, she will be automatically predisposed to like this guy and think that she would be safe around this guy, and this guy's like a champion or whatever. Depends on whatever they program in. And it's basically that easy. That's programming right there. They can also do it with fear, so that I don't know, someone will fear someone the same way that they would be attracted, right? Be apprehensive around the person. It's just all kinds of different technologies that they have.